So we are getting ready to go on a overnight kayaking trip, and we may be kayaking towards dusk or dark. And per regulations, we need to have some lights on our boats. I went out and bought this particular kit from Shoreline Marine at Walmart the other day. It comes with a red and a green with a little LED. I had to buy the batteries for it and put all those in there. And quite honestly, I was a bit disappointed in how bright they are. It also comes with a stern light. Stern light also has a clamp with a bracket on it that you can bolt on. It's really made for a like a John boat, something like that. And if you look how bright that is, that's I was not impressed with that as well. It appears that they've tried to make it somewhat waterproof, but actually not too bad of a design. The issue in my mind is mostly price. A lot of the people will opt out of bringing a light or just using insufficient lighting due to the price of these types of kits. Some of the better bow lighting is around $40 just for a light that's the red-green, but a bit nicer light. So instead of buying something like this, I'm just going to show an alternative. The alternative is purchasing a 6-pack of Sunny D from your local grocery. Comes in little bottles. Just something that you or your children may enjoy consuming. Then the instead of throwing this guy away, we can make a quick light out of it. So what I've come up with at the end of the day is a light that looks like this. You power it up. It's got an LED light in it. You can just push, turn it on, turn it off. And then for the pole, a 3/4 inch piece of PVC that will actually slide on there. It's quite tight, and actually you can swing that or whatever and it doesn't fall off. So it's pretty good. And what's nice about this as well is you can actually just unscrew this guy. Use it in your tent while you're camping if you want, just as some extra lighting or an emergency flashlight or just some ambient lighting as well. So you could also set it up there like that. Very easy to make. This whole thing right here cost me a total of $3.31 to make. That includes the pole. So I've got 24 cents in the PVC coupling. I have 19 cents in a copper strap, which I will be using to mount that to the boat, probably from the inside of the cockpit. I haven't tried that yet to see how that will work. $1.38 for this piece of pipe. And for a 2-pack of lights from Harbor Freight, they were $2.99 a 2-pack, so $1.50 for one light. That one light comes with batteries already. So to make this guy, you take the little thing out. It comes with batteries. Batteries already set in there. Even says Harbor Freight on the side of it. Well, that one doesn't. Batteries are dead in that one, so when you lose for $1.50. So I actually have another set here. Let's see how we do on this one set. Drop our little thing out. Oh yeah, we got some love there. So pretty bright little light. The right price, $1.50. So those are our components. We have little PVC 3/4 inch coupler, 3/4 inch pipe to put that to, and then a Sunny D bottle and a flashlight. The other thing that we're going to need will be some black tape, and we will need a knife to be able to cut this with. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make this. So what I did is I just took a knife. That's plastic, so it's very easy to pull off there. I pulled the label off, and so Here's one my son just drank a few minutes ago. It's pretty easy to clean up. Doesn't have a whole lot of residue on it. You could get pretty fancy and get all that. See, it actually pulls off pretty easy. So I'm not going to do that in the preference of time. So to do this, if you look down inside there's a ridge. So what we want to do is we want this light, if you'll notice it's kind of loose here, so we're going to make a gasket for that guy. So we're going to actually come in here with our knife on a good cutting board, and I'm just making straight lines and trying not to cut that ridge that's down inside there. Being very careful not to cut myself as well. Probably be good to have some cut resistant knives on in this step. I don't currently have any. So I'm just spinning that around. And I got my little shindig out of there. So it may take a few times to get that the way you want it. So I'm going to go down through here, trim it up a little bit more. And I definitely recommend using a cutting board or some other surface to be able to do this. A bit sharper razor blade wouldn't hurt any at all either. So what we're trying to do is get this guy to fold over and make it so that we can get this guy in there. I'm just spinning it around. So that came in there pretty tight, if you'll notice. So how this guy works, you'll notice when I made it so that I could take that off. So the very bottom of it's what we're wanting to have on here. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get rid of this little doohickey. We no longer need it. Spin that off there. Get rid of him. And then the next step is, so what we're trying to do is that little ridge in there, we can get that little knurl on this flashlight to actually, because it won't go through here. So we're just trying to stick it on there. Not too much, just enough to make it sit. Then we're going to take some black tape. It's high dollar job here. So as you notice, I'm stretching this tape. Okay, it's what black tape, you have to stretch it to make it work right. So I'm going to come all the way down here around this. That part's done. All right. So we've got our light. That was all there is to it. It's done. We're ready to go kayaking. We just slide it on there. Mount this guy with our bracket. Somehow, probably what I'm thinking is behind the backrest of the seat. I'm going to cut this off either with a hacksaw. I actually have a PVC cutter, but I'll just cut this guy off. Have the floor of it sit on. What I'm thinking about doing is putting a using some Gorilla Glue and actually gluing a small spot in the bottom of my boat that is an end cap for 3/4 inch PVC. Or I might even actually go to a 1 inch so it's a little sloppy in there, so I can just pull this guy in out, and then right behind where my seat is, actually fasten that guy in. That way I can just slide it in and it'll hold down in. So I actually have something that resembles a little post going down through here and setting in there. So I can just drop it in there. It won't be horribly tight. I can just pull it back out of there. I will probably make this a little bit taller than my head, so I'll need to sit down in my kayak and ensure that whatever length I make this pipe, it's taller than I am, because of regulations it states that your stern light should be the highest point in your boat. So just take that into account when you're making these. And with that, that is how to make your $3.31 stern light. Thanks. Okay, we're out here at my Wilderness Systems Tsunami 14.5 foot boat. We made our little light for a few bucks a while ago, and we're going to try to mount this. I've got a couple of little stubby screws that seem to go through here without getting into the comb in the back, because the length of this should be quite small. So what I had planned on doing is to take my pole, and I'm lucky enough there's kind of a little rib back here in the back of my seat, and I placed this copper bracket back here, so I should be able to just easily slide that out when I need to turn the light on and off. So all I did was I centered this up, took a marker, marked 2 holes, took my drill, drilled a couple holes in there. I'll take my screws, I'm going to screw those in. This is the time I'm not going to screw them all the way in. You get the picture on how this goes down. Should be able to come out real easy. I didn't punch any holes in the boat anywhere else than there. And now all I need to do is figure out how tall I want to make this. So I'm going to have my lovely assistant, my son, come over here. Now I'm going to sit in the boat, and I'm going to ask him to mark on the boat, or I could do it myself, a spot that is over my head about 3 inches. Just mark it on the pipe. Got it? Okay. Where'd you make your mark? Right there? Alright, so step out of the way of the camera here. So I'm just, it looks like a 1. Is that where you made your mark?
Yeah.
That's it. Alright. So having a cutter makes this actually pretty easy. So now I have my $3 light ready to go. So now I should be able to, don't have too much problem. Just reach around, take it out of there, turn it on, slide it back in there, and pop it back in, paddle on. That's all there is to it. Thanks for watching, and be safe out there on the water.